Good morning, Ron Janish here. This video is about the Babson three-step professional method, and this is really designed for stocks, even though you can use it in other areas. We designed it for the stock market, and it uses really three easy steps. Number one is it uses an easy screener that identifies candidates. So, for example, we would have a minimum volume, of course, and a minimum price, and we would also be looking for something that's in, we'll call it a 3 or better. And I'll show you in a moment what that is. It's very, very easy to find. And we even have a really easy way for you to put a certain thing in any kind of screening software that will allow you to find this really quickly. This is incredibly straightforward. Then we're looking for the standard advanced course indicator to agree. And then we're looking for an absolutely textbook Babson entry pattern that includes stops and risk. Now, the only thing that's used in addition to this is you'll have additional criteria for determining the size of the trade. And this is because there are three different things that we might look for once these criteria here are met. If we find here, for example, that we also have an EP, then the probability is really good. It's going to be a nice fast move, and we want to take advantage of that. If in this situation here, for example, we have one of the two other indicators or even two other indicators, then we know it's going to be a very, very long move. And we have a pretty good idea as to how far it's going to go. So without any further ado, let's take a look. Now, first of all, this is, let's take a look. What is this not? This is not something that's going to get you in way at the high of the move. This was here something I posted on CNN back on the 1st of May. And as you can see, this was the high in the Dow at the time. And let's take a look at a recent chart in the Dow. It's still the high in the Dow. And at the time we posted this chart, the value was at 13279.32. Let's take a look where that was. 1327. That would be about here. So that's not bad. Give you an idea. That's what it found. So this is criteria number one. We're looking for volume. We're looking for price. For example, we would only short stocks that have a value in excess of $10. Not looking for the smaller ones. Okay, or we can say volume, or we can say market cap. Either way, you get the idea. We're looking for the big guys. We're not looking for penny stocks or even low value stocks here. So we're not out to find the extreme high. What are we out to do? Well, what we're out to do is, I said in there 3 of 3. Now let me show you what I mean by that. 3 or better. We can see here with perfect 2020 hindsight that this was the high, this was a test of the high, and that anything under here would be considered some kind of a third wave. Okay, so or even any signal that comes after this here would be considered some kind of a third wave if we were to go short. And so what we're looking for is something that, well, that looks like it could be a continuation. That's just the initial criteria. That's before we put our real hardcore criteria to it. Okay, so we're looking for that. Okay. Just so you know, I'm not picking stuff out of thin air that worked perfectly in the past. We can see here. Let's see, where is that? It's see here that this is the stock CBG, uh, CBG, and on this day here we brought it to everybody's attention when it was right past on the ABCD thing. Well, I'll show you where we got our signal and how that worked. Okay, this was apparently at the end of April. Okay, so um, let's go over to here. Okay, let's see this one here, this one here. Okay, so when I posted it, the chart was over here. Okay, and over here and here is what it did the next 2 days. So there was plenty of opportunity to get in. Now, what we're using is the standard entry technique that is only taught in the Babson thing. It's a standard entry pattern and risk. It is so nice. Let's take a look. So what happened was when prices finally, on this day here, prices finally met this entry and risk criteria, so you knew that above here was your risk, and so right here is your sell signal, and away we go. So where is the target? Well, in this particular case here, you have what I consider a out of the three different things that could also be additional things to look for. Two of them were true. We do not have an EP pattern here, so we do have the other two things are true, which you can quickly see. And so what we're looking at is this here is a possible target. Okay, and this is our potential target here at this time, and we knew this was a potential target. This is a simple reaction line, and we knew this was a potential target, as is this one here. We'll have to see how it responds, but this is my initial potential target, and down here that's around $15. I mean, if it happens to drop, things go crazy and it drops down the $13 area, that'd be nice. But you know, when I'm starting here at a price of, oh, let's say around 19 bucks, 19 going to 15, that's pretty snazzy. If it makes it down here in the $12, $13 area, that's even snazzier. But this is, we're looking for something that's a nice quick move, and within a short period of time, from here to here, and you can see that it went down over 10%. And so we're looking at 20 or 30% probably within the next few weeks. By mid-June, this should be there. So that's what we're looking at. It's as simple as that. That's the Babson three-step method. You know, the only thing that's not in the three steps, which you do later, that's for the entry. What you do for the targets and exits is simply draw your Babson reaction lines, and you're in biz. Okay, it is that easy. Give you an idea as to, we're using a simulator to show people. We don't really want to show them real portfolios. So even though we have in the past, these are some examples of some of the stocks that are presently on, and there we go. Here's one we put on today. Let's take a look. Okay, so here's our initial target, but my guess is it's probably going to reach a lower one than that. That just seems like a really nothing one. Yeah, this has a 2. It should reach at least this area down here, which by the end of June is around $50. Okay, considering it's at 57 right now, and that's not bad. Okay, so that's the long and short of it. There's nothing complicated about it. It's very easy, very straightforward. We use an absolute textbook entry situation. Now, if you want to be a little more daring and look to enter in near the highs rather than like we did today where we got in here, you can do that. That's not hard to do, and you have two things that come in right in this area here that would give you this as an entry. So you can use that for an entry for those that want to wait a little bit, and I'm using this lower one here in this demonstration for a variety of reasons. We have an entry right here. Okay, so I thank you for your time. The Babson course is available. We will be giving a presentation as to using the Babson techniques and the specific criteria. We will be using this list of stocks here for the demonstration when we do the class, and we only do this in person. The Babson stuff you can learn online to a large extent, but there's one or two things that we only do in person because we don't want them anywhere on the internet. Okay, and so looking forward to seeing you in October when we will have our out-of-country, our offshore seminar, and we have portions of the seminar that are Babson only. We have portions of the seminar that go over the expanded course material. We have one portion that goes over advanced course, and then we have one portion we do a couple hours each day. It's absolutely free for anybody to come on by, and we'll be glad to show you some of the techniques. Okay, so I thank you for your time and see you next time.